Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm doing a little bit different video than I'm used to. I run the Schizophrenia Live podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, mostly about helping people. But today I have been getting into 3D printing, and so I wanted to make a video because no video on YouTube puts out 100% the correct information. Everyone's trying to sell shit, things like that. They're like, "Hey, buy this shit," and they don't tell you the truth. And there are people out there that do tell the truth, but they don't tell the whole truth, right? And so I wanted to, as a beginner to 3D printing, I want to share my first few weeks experiences and what I've learned. Okay, I'll try to look at the camera instead up there. um, so I want to show you the experiences that I've learned so far. So I bought the Ender 3, Creality Ender 3, and when you first buy it, this is about what you can expect for printing quality. You see all them lines and shit just breaking up. It's disgusting. Like this is the inside fucking falls apart. That's the printing quality when you first get it. It's bad. You have to spend a couple weeks messing with settings, or you can search and search and search and find a profile that gets at least some decent prints out. Now, I may make a video showing you settings later. I found a few different profiles for different things. Like for this mini, if you want to do a mini with perfect detail, um, then you have to do it very slow and configure the settings accordingly. See if you can get a better focus. But this is a D&D mini. I don't play D&D, but I just like their little figurines. But this came out perfect. Little guy. Only took an hour. But you have to print them so slow if you want that level of detail. But then again, you can print something huge like this vase. I used vase mode. It's really thin, but it's strong. And so you put flowers in it, and it's just over 152 millimeters. So that's a pretty good one. And you see the smooth lines, right? Like, well, the meaning, like, there's no gaps and shit like on the skull. Here's a Snoopy that I did. Now this one I had to do a lot of support for this one. I mean, just look at how the ears are, and I actually printed it like this. But because it's not level, I had to support this whole backside, right? So that caused some stringing, but I'm working on cleaning it up. But you can see it's got the eyes and the eyebrows and the mouth. Once it gets paint on there, it'll look a lot better. Here's another vase. This one turned out really nice. Completely smooth. You can't even see any lines in it, right? This one is fairly strong, not flexing. But I'm sure if you like put it on the ground and step on it, it'd fucking break. So, but it's a really nice design. I did it smaller just for speed to test it, and now that I know it works, I'm gonna do one that's about 150, maybe 200, depending. I'll probably do 200. 200 sounds about good for a vase. What else? Oh, so whoever made this design was an idiot. No offense to you, but they so they it's a Thor hammer. I did it in black. You can and you print off the handle, and then you're supposed to screw it in, but they didn't do they did this the wrong size, so it doesn't screw in. Um, and I think that has something to do with the scaling. Um, so it could be partially my fault. Um, but they wanted to print the hammer like as big as my fucking printer, and so that's not gonna happen. Um, but I scaled them down the same percent, uh, like 20% and 20%. So if they both go down to 20%, they should work, right? I don't know. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this handle, which you can see how smooth it is. I mean, really nice prints. Um, I'm gonna just rethread this smaller and be able to put it in there. So that's just the quality, right? So for you've seen the good prints that I've gotten. I've gotten more. I just don't have them all right here. Um, from that to the how smooth these are, right? So breaking down printers, you can print fast and shitty, or you can print slow and good, or you can find that little mix in between, going fast on some parts and slow on the other parts, right? This all takes time to learn and to figure out. As far as an out of the box, every video I watched before I bought the Ender 3 said it was a perfect beginner printer. Um, Put it together in an hour. If you've never done a 3D printer, it's awesome. That's what I saw on every video on YouTube. That was a load of horse shit, because there's nothing easy about putting that thing together. If you are a beginner, it is doable, but and people are like, oh, it was the best instructions ever. I don't know about you, but instructions that don't have the fucking which size screw to use on which hole, and you have four different sizes and you don't know which one to use, those are not good instructions. I literally had to go on YouTube and watch a video how to put it together because the instructions were so bad. Okay? So it's not a beginner printer to put together. But beginners can do it. I did it. It just took a lot more time. Now, quality from the Ender 3 that you can expect. Very good quality. But you have to print slow. And it's going right now. When you first, if you're buying the Ender 3 because it's cheap, it's only $200. If you're buying it for that reason and you don't have more money, then don't buy it, right? Um, because you do have to spend more money um, to get it up to par. A lot of upgrades you can print, and there's a couple guys out there doing videos for upgrading, and there are upgrades you can do, but some things you just have to buy. Um, when I first I don't know what the difference was. Ender Creality does not, they ship out different machines. They're all called Ender 3s, but every single one may have different parts because they make changes and they don't tell anyone. Whatever change they made, I just bought mine about 2.5 weeks ago. So I probably have the newest version unless they change something. And mine was 20 decibels louder than everyone else on YouTube, and who've had theirs for quite a while. They were all saying, "Oh, starting decibel reading at 65." Horse shit. Mine was so loud I couldn't even sit in the room. It was 85 decibels. Out of the box, 85 decibels. I spent literally a week and a half trying to get it quieter to even be able to be in the same room. So keep that in mind. When you buy it, you have to just don't even test, like go ahead and buy with the printer the upgrades to make it quiet. because it will be so loud you can hear it all the way through your fucking house. Dampeners, stepper dampeners are a must. I literally dropped it 10 decibels just with those, not counting all the other stuff I've done. Just the X and Y dampeners. I didn't do the Z yet because most of the shit I don't go that high anyway. Just the X and Y, cut it by over 10 decibels. Putting something under the printer, you can either print out little squishy things to put under, but you need something between the desk and your printer. If you take the thin foam that comes with the printer, the top piece, put that, it fits perfectly under. That takes some of the vibrations out from hitting the desk. Second thing, the desk. I had it first on a table. It will shake the table, so it creates noise. You don't realize it until you put it on a sturdy surface that doesn't shake from the printer. The surface it's on now is bolted to the wall, so it don't shake. That cut out another 5 decibels. What else? Adjusting when you get it, regardless if the base is put together, the little wheels, you have to adjust them. Literally, if you adjust both all the wheels on the machine, just keep fiddling with it, because it's like if you adjust it like tack tack tack, like just a little twitch will change it between 3 to 5 decibels higher. So you can drop that down too based on which wheels you rotate. Also, the extruder thing that pushes the filament through, I replaced mine. The plastic one that comes on it is a piece of garbage. You just go ahead and buy a metal one that's adjustable with 2 bolts and a spring. They are finicky. You have to keep I would say turn on a print after you get it installed, and just keep adjusting it throughout the print and see the quality. Because when you first get the metal ones, it tears into the PLA, and so you have to, it's very fine adjustments on both ends until you get it perfect. And you just heard that click. It will click once in a while, but when you first get it, if it's not adjusted right, it'll go click 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 click. That's it skipping on the filament. So just keep adjusting it until it runs nice and smooth. I've got it down to like 1 click every couple minutes. But right now I'm printing a stand to hold the filament. The Ender 3 comes with a stand on top, but then you have to print an arm to hold the filament to go like this. Then you have to print a guard so it stops hitting the sidebar. All that, just don't even do all that crap. Just print off a stand and don't hang the PLA on top of the machine. Just put it out to the side. Yes, you lose a little room, but it will save you so much frustration from having it on top. Like before, I couldn't even sit in the room, it was so loud. As far as settings go, the best thing I can tell you is keep looking for someone else's profile. Get their profile, whether it's on YouTube or on one of the forums. Get their Cura profile and start printing. Do a small test cube or something, print that, and then make changes based on, then you can start making changes. But you have to get the stock settings that come on the printer, I'm telling you, are so bad that it's unbelievable bad. So get a profile and then make small changes. Like make maybe only 1 or 2 changes, and then do another test print, and just do little test print so it only takes about 5-10 minutes, and then make changes 5-10 minutes, make changes 5-10 minutes until you get the perfect quality that you want with the time that you want it in. Remember, the faster you go, the shittier it looks. So these vases are not top quality. Yes, they don't have any lines in it, no lines, but I printed them fast. The initial time on this one was about 26 hours, and I changed the settings, did it in vase mode, which sped it up a lot too, and it cut it down to 6 hours. So it cut 20 hours off the print time. But if I would have printed it adding another 20 hours, it would have been perfect. So you have to decide which is more valuable, perfection or quality. Quality over speed. Like the mounts I'm printing right now I'm printing a little bit faster than normal because I don't care how they look as long as they work. You know what I mean? What else? Oh, I recommend getting, if you do these little figurines, you're only going to be printing at about 20 millimeters. So very slow. Like, if you print this at normal speed, it'll only take like 2 minutes, but it will look like shit. A mini should take over an hour, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, for quality. You can see the details in his face, and his face is couldn't be more than maybe I'll give his face maybe 2 millimeters, and you can see detail in it. So, quality. I have some more vases up on the shelf. I don't have that many colors yet. Don't go out and buy 10,000 colors. Just get them as you need them. I bought 5 colors, 6 colors total. All just cheap PLA. I'm not gonna waste my money on expensive PLA or ABS until I get more comfortable printing, because I have a lot of failed prints, and that has to do with supports or not sticking to the surface, things like that. That's another thing with the Ender 3 that no one will tell you. The plate bed is crap. I have yet to see anyone on YouTube, I have yet to see them get one with a flat bed. They are all warped. All of them, every single one. You heat it up the first time, it warps, and it's done. I even bought a glass plate to put on it, but it's so warped that the glass isn't level. I can't. You can't do anymore. You just have to deal with the hassle of trying to level the warped bed, and you have to print every print you do. Part of it has to be close to one of the corners to get sticking, so it starts in the corner and then moves out, because the middle, nothing's gonna fucking stick. Other than that, that's pretty much it. If you want to go with the Ender 3, do it. It's a great printer. It's just not beginner friendly. And that it's mainly to do with the quality, right? You're paying $200. You're gonna get, mine literally came with the main power wires reversed. I literally had to disassemble the power supply and swap the wires. Like, you gotta be kidding me. They literally plugged the red into the red into the black and the black into the red. And because they clamped them down, you can't unclamp them. You'd have to cut the wires. So I had to disassemble the power supply before I could even start printing. So quality control is not their priority, but I mean, because how do you mix up a red wire and a black wire? They're different fucking colors. But whatever, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if you're sitting there doing 200 a day, maybe you mess up one. I don't know. What else can I say about? I haven't done it yet. So new fans are my next to do. I'm trying to get my printer to be under 40 decibels. So the Ender 3 is very loud when you first get it, but it is so easy to upgrade that, well, I wouldn't say easy, some of them are a pain in the ass, but at least you're able to upgrade. Some printers you can't upgrade. Out of the box printers you can't upgrade very easily. So there are at least they give you the ability to upgrade as you see fit, and if you just keep upgrading, you can literally cut this thing down to be one of the quietest printers out there. And that's I love the quality of the prints. I mean, this is really good quality, but it took me 2 weeks to get to this level, because you have to just play around, because you have to account for the fucked up bed. You have to decide whether you want good prints or fast prints, and as a beginner, no one goes through and helps you learn this stuff. You just have to learn on your own. So I highly recommend the Ender 3 if you are willing to spend the first couple weeks upgrading. If you expect to get a printer ready to go out of the box, that's the wrong plan. You really need to commit to upgrading right out the gate. Just upgrade, boom. Then you will get the quality that you want, and it won't be so loud that you have to leave your house. Another thing, another not so good thing. The fire protection in the coating, it is disabled on the Ender 3, and you can't even enable it. So to fix that, you have to go through. I haven't even got it done yet, so I do not run the Ender 3 overnight without watching it unless you flash the firmware, and you got to upgrade the programming to enable where if something comes loose, it don't overheat and catch on fire. So I make it a point to not run it overnight. So if you get the Ender 3, if you want to be running 24 hours a day, don't buy the Ender 3. Simple. Pay a little bit more money and get one that's already set up with fire protection. Otherwise, with the Ender 3, just don't run it overnight. It could be dangerous. And so that I literally, I won't leave the printer running unattended. So I don't print 24 hours a day. I only print if I have time to be able to stay home and check on it every few minutes. And it only takes a few minutes to fuck up, literally. Today I tried to print. I came in not even 5 minutes later, and there was a ball this fucking big of material just wrapped around, getting thrown around. So I think a lot of it has to do with the bed being so messed up, and you can't really fix this problem unless you somehow, because whatever you strap to it won't be perfect. And someone suggested that maybe the actual frame is bent, which if that's the case, then it's the company's fault and not mine. because it came put together. All you do is put the sides on and stuff. So I don't know, but it is a great printer. I just, if you're a very beginner to 3D printing, I would suggest going with something a little bit better, more quality control. I would say get the Ender 3 after you've already used a different printer for a couple months and you've learned quite a bit. Then get the Ender 3 and start producing some good stuff, because then you already know what to look for. So, alright, well, thank you for watching. I just wanted to do a quick video. I know it wasn't that quick, but I needed to get a video out about the Ender 3 because I see all these videos saying, oh, it's out of the box, ready to go, perfect, $200 printer, prints amazing. That's horse shit. There's so much work to go into it first before it is a good printer. And then two, it is nowhere near a beginner friendly machine. Nowhere near. Not even remotely beginner friendly. I've seen other people, they sell printers where you can literally plug them in and use them and they don't mess up. If that's what you're looking for, this is not your printer. Alright, thank you.